Hello, everyone. My name is David Morrison, and today I'm presenting my research on the current nutritional intake of adolescent combat sports athletes. This study is part of our capstone project for the Master of Nutrition and Dietetics program at Metropolitan State University, Denver. The mentors for this project are Dr. Ann DeCare from the Nutrition Department and Dr. AJ Alejano Steele with the Health Institute. And we've all worked on this study together. This is the list of contents that we will be going through during this presentation. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. It's pretty straightforward, so we'll just move on to the next slide. Um, we'll be discussing the importance of nutrition for adolescent combat sports athletes. Adolescence is a critical period for physical and nutritional development, especially for athletes in demanding sports like boxing and martial arts. Um, Proper nutrition plays a vital role in their growth, recovery, and performance. The focus for this research investigates the dietary habits and nutritional knowledge of adolescent combat sports athletes, and we're looking at how their nutritional intake supports their athletic performance and what role school meal programs play in meeting their needs. Today I will be presenting on what we have so far in the study, including preliminary findings, data collection status, and our next steps. Through the next part of this presentation, we'll be going over our research questions and objectives. Our research questions are, we want to know the importance of nutrition for adolescent combat sports athletes, and through these research questions, we'll be going over the overview of our study's aims, which are what we got through our pre and post survey after our 6-week nutrition course. Um, our research objectives are to assess the nutrition choices of adolescent combat sports athletes, to evaluate the impact of nutrition choices on athletic performance, to examine the role of school meal programs, and to measure the impact of nutrition courses on athletes' habits and knowledge. My methodology for this research project was I recruited participants from USA boxing gyms here in the local Denver metro area, specifically focusing on the Brick City Boxing Academy, which is located in the Elyria Swansea neighborhood, out inside the Johnson Recreational Facility. And the participants were aged 8 to 18. Um, they are adolescent combat sports athletes, and I collected data using pre and post surveys, which covered dietary habits, grocery shopping, and cooking responsibilities, training routines, etc. The pre surveys were followed by a 6-week community nutrition course. And after the course, I assessed changes in nutrition knowledge and dietary habits through a post survey. Um, and for the data analysis, I'll be using descriptive statistics to summarize this data, and we'll be using a paired t-test to analyze any changes in post any changes post intervention. For the data collection process and challenges, so far I've successfully completed the pre-surveys with 25 participants. These surveys provide an overview of their dietary habits, their training routines, and living arrangements. As for the post surveys, however, I am still in the process of cleaning and analyzing the post survey data. One of the main challenges I faced during data collection was ensuring that my ensuring that I had consistent participation throughout the 6 week course. But to address some of this, I implemented follow-up reminders, and I provided incentives to maintain engagement to the participants. The incentives were gift cards. Um, I did it for every session that the participant was there for. They got a raffle ticket. Every activity they completed, they got a raffle ticket. And if they participated in the food cooking, they got an additional raffle ticket. And at the end of the 6 weeks, we had a raffle of the gift cards and actual physical prizes. Um, In the next phase, we'll be analyzing the post surveys and compare them to the pre surveys. For the statistical analysis overview, as previously mentioned, to analyze the pre survey um, data that we do have, I'll be using SPSS, which is a statistical software that is commonly used in research. I first summarized the pre-survey data using descriptive statistics to look at trends in dietary habits, training schedules, family roles in grocery shopping and cooking, etc. Um, Once I actually have both data sets ready to analyze, I will then conduct paired t-tests to assess if there have been any significant changes in nutritional knowledge or dietary habits. Some of the key measures are using are the mean, median, mode, standard deviation for dietary habits and training routines. Our preliminary results from the pre-survey data, I did find some important trends. I found that 72% of participants live with their families, while others live alone or with roommates. Found that 64% report that family members are responsible for grocery shopping and or cooking. There was another 52% that do consume school meals, and 28% of the participants have dietary restrictions, with a majority of 50% practicing boxing as their primary sport. Um, Training routines varied, with some athletes focusing on weight classes and others on skill development. And we did have some who were just participating for recreational sport activities other than boxing. These findings give us an insight into the family environment's impact on dietary choices, as well as the role of school meals in supporting these athletes' daily nutrition. Um, Now we'll be going through for the discussion, we'll be going through some of these findings that highlight that family members have a strong influence on adolescent athletes' food choices. We look at this, maybe it could be peer motivated. They're eating what their friends are eating at school, or um, family influence. And I think this is important because proper nutrition is essential for their performance in combat sports. However, there are some athletes who reported barriers to accessing nutritious food, such as time constraints due to training or limited availability in their communities, which is part of the primary focus for this study is focusing on participants that are in areas known as food deserts, which is what the Elyria Swansea neighborhood is. There's not a whole lot of easy access to grocery shopping or nutritious foods. Um, and furthermore, 52% of athletes rely on the school provided meals, but the presence of dietary restrictions suggests that these programs may need more flexibility to cater to individual needs. In conclusion, this research sheds light on the dietary habits and challenges faced by adolescent combat sports athletes. The role of family and school meal programs is crucial in meeting their nutritional needs. Um, I'm still in the process of analyzing post-survey data, but I expect to see changes in dietary habits and nutrition knowledge following the 6-week course intervention. And these findings will help us as future dietetic professionals to improve future interventions aimed at supporting adolescent athletes' nutritional needs. The implications for the field and future direction of this topic, of this research, are significant for developing more effective nutrition programs for adolescent athletes. And these findings suggest that school meal programs could be enhanced to better support combat sports athletes, particularly by incorporating more flexible dietary options. Future research should focus on how nutritional interventions impact long-term performance and recovery, as well as exploring strategies to overcome barriers like access to nutritious food. And these are all my references that I've used throughout this project, undergrad and graduate capstone. Um, Acknowledgements. I would like to thank all the participants for their involvement in this study, the Brick City Boxing Academy for their cooperation, Dr. Ann DeCare from the nutrition department, and Dr. AJ Elejano Steele from the Health Institute for their guidance throughout this project. One of my peers, Madison Morrow, for helping with the surveys and IRB process during our undergraduate project. This project wouldn't have been possible without the Reimagine Wellness Challenge sponsored by the MSU Denver Gina and Frank Day Health Institute. And I think, last but not least, Johnson Recreational Center. Thank you. Um, that's it. Thank you for your attention, and I am now happy to answer any questions that are left in the reply section.